Okay, now let's move to our JavaScript actual code. So here in my documents, okay, let's say I will go to my document, and here I made one folder. Okay, I will make a folder, right click, and then new folder. Then I will name it JavaScript. Okay, here I will open, and then I will make one HTML document. So right click, new, and then text document, and then open it. Open with, you can see right click, open with notepad. So here we will make a HTML document using the HTML tag, and then the closing HTML tag. Then inside of it, we make a head, the heading, the closing head. Okay, inside of the head, we make a title, the title of our website. You can say my first JavaScript program. That's it. Then closing title tag. Okay, and now inside the body of our document, closing body tag. Okay, now here inside the body of our document, we can make, let's say I want a heading 1 tag. Make it my first JavaScript program. Then a closing heading 1 tag. And now here inside of it, I want to put my script tag. So as I said, the book said you can insert a script tag whether on the head of your document, you can see inside the head, or you can put here. Or you can put inside the body of your document. So here inside the body, you can see, you can also insert here. So it's up to you where you want to put your script. So it's up to you. So now I will put on the body, I will remove here on the head. Then I will put here inside the body of my HTML document. Now I will make a sample program using the document.write. We have a document.write example here. This is a JavaScript code that we can use to insert, to print or display a text inside your browser. So document.write, you can insert a text inside your browser, okay? Because now we are in the browser, so we can insert this text using document.write, and then open parentheses, and then double quotes, your message, the text that you want to display on the browser, and then double quotes, and then close parentheses, and then a semicolon, which will terminate the end of your statement. Okay, let's do this in JavaScript. You can see here inside the JavaScript file, you can say document. So again, this is a JavaScript file, so we don't need a tag, but we can insert a tag inside of it. You can see here document.write, and then open parenthesis, double quotation marks. So let's say you want to welcome to JavaScript. So you can close it, and then you can uh, push like that. That's it. You can make a semicolon here to say that this is the end of your JavaScript statements, the end of your JavaScript statements. So let's save it, and then let's see what will happen in a real code. So then I will go to my, oh wait, we need to save this as HTML document. Okay, we need to go here, file, save as, and then what this happen, index.html, and then we need to save as type of all files. Okay, so index.html, again .html, and then save it. Now let's check which is the HTML now. So you can see here we have index.html. So we don't need this anymore, so we will delete this. Now that we have index.html, I will open it. So you can see we have HTML document open. It said my first JavaScript program. But where is my? Let's check here. What happened? Inside the script tag. Okay, let's make one tag here that will do this h2. Oh, I forgot to put closing script tag here. I think this is the problem here. So I will check it again. Save it. So when we are doing coding, sometimes we forgot something like the closing tag. So we need to check our code every time. And then I will open again. Let's see. So you can see now that the welcome to JavaScript has been executed using a JavaScript code document.write. You can see document.write welcome to JavaScript. So now we have, this is our first JavaScript code. But if I want to make it big, so we can use a script, a tag h1 inside of it. Let's say I want this bigger. Let's say h2. It's like a heading to tag. Okay, heading 2. You see we have a heading 1, which is the biggest. Heading 2 is light, but the biggest is h1. So I'll close this h2. So you see I put an h2 tag inside the welcome to JavaScript. So So again, we can insert an HTML tag inside script, a JavaScript code. That is the advantage of using JavaScript. We can insert your HTML tag inside a JavaScript code. Now let's check if this will become big. This welcome to JavaScript will become bigger. Okay, I will make it refresh. You can see that the welcome to JavaScript became an H2 heading 2, which is big, but the biggest one is H1. This is how you can use simple JavaScript file. Okay. Now here, now that we know how to insert HTML tag inside the JavaScript code, so how can we separate this? Let's say I want a separate file for script, for my script. I don't like to sit here because this is HTML tag, and it will make it will create confusion for me. So as a programmer, you can also do that here in using an external file. So we can say we can separate this by doing here. Say script source is equal to. Okay, let's first make a file, a JavaScript file inside the folder. Okay, move again here in our folder JavaScript. We have already indexed the HTML document, and then I want another one. Or we can move to our notepad, and then let's say I want a new document. I want a new text document. I will make this as index.js. So here, where is our, I will open my notepad index. You can see we have, this is our HTML document, and I want to separate this code in another index.js file. So I can do this by copying this one, Control C, or copy, right click, copy, and I will push here inside this new text document. I will paste here, paste. Then I will save as, let's say I will save as, where in this location, in documents, in a JavaScript file. So same in this, it will be saved here in this documents JavaScript folder, and then here in the, now I will name here this one index.js. So .js means JavaScript, and then save as type all files. So we will, don't forget to save as type of all files. Okay, and then here you should say index.js. Then after you do that, you can press save. So now you can see when I open this folder, you can see we have index file here. You can see it is a type of JavaScript file. Okay, and now this is the file that we saved, this one. Now that we have a separate file, so we can now remove this here. We can now remove it. just calling the name is enough. So we can call this here source. Src is equal to source, and then what's the name? Index.js. Okay, let's see what will happen if I save this. Let's see if it will execute without by just calling the name of the JavaScript file. So source is equal to index.js. Okay, let's move to our code. Let's see what will happen. So you can see it will already call this welcome to JavaScript, which means it calls this already. And when we can add more JavaScript, let's say I want, this is our index.js file. We can add more here now. Let's say I want to add more. Copy. And let's say Control V, which means face. And then I want this H. Okay, I want this H. Okay, H2, and then this one H3. H3. So once I save it, you can see when I save it and I refresh, you can see an H3 heading has been added because of this JavaScript code. That's it. That's embedded here in this. You can see we can call the JavaScript file, and when we call the JavaScript file, it will execute these lines of code. This is how you can use JavaScript. This is how you can call an external file in JavaScript. Hopefully you learned. Thank you and see you again next time. Bye bye.